Hi guys, starting a new series today, North Node in Libra. I'm wearing a beautiful dress to represent the idea of Libra. What is Libra? Libra is beauty. Libra is elegance. Libra is charm. Libra is exquisite. It's manners, Libra is a beautiful woman wearing a designer gown on the red carpet, or a man wearing some designer suit. That's Libra. It's just like Taurus because it's ruled by Venus, but it's a different kind of beauty. If Taurus is more tactile, it's more about feeling good and stuff, feeling comfortable and, wearing something beautiful. Libra is all about looking beautiful. It's about being pleasing to the eye. It's about pleasing. Libra is great at that. What else is Libra? Libra is about justice. Libra is about balance. Libra is about fairness, cooperation. Libra is about getting along. What else? Libra is the peacemaker. It's the diplomat. It's the charming one, the one that can charm the socks off of anybody. But before we move into Libra North Node, let's talk about your South Node in Aries and what kind of memories you're coming into this lifetime with. So South Node in Aries, you guys are my fighters. You guys are my fighters. You guys are my troublemakers, trouble starters. You guys are my destroyers too, because Aries is a destroyer. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars has no problem burning something down. Mars destroys in order to rebuild, of course. But that's what it does. So you guys with Aries South Nodes, you guys are very competitive people. One of the most competitive ones, probably the most competitive ones in the zodiac, because you guys are used to lifetimes where it was all about being the best, being better than the other. A lot of that was based on survival of the fittest. That's why you kind of learned to be better than everybody else, faster than everybody else. A perfect example will be the movie Mad Max Fury Road, the one with Charlize Theron. That kind of idea, where you are constantly fighting for a place under the sun, and you're constantly gathering weapons, and you're very good at weapons, and you're very good at knowing your strengths and knowing your weaknesses and using them to protect yourself, to fight for what you think is right, to attack. Aries can be an aggressor. There's lifetimes of aggression. I'm talking about Vikings. I'm talking about Genghis Khan, pillaging. Aries is about conquering. And if it's in the South Node, that means it was done to the detriment of others. It was too much. It destroyed. Aries is great because Aries is a pioneer. Aries is the one that knocks down obstacles. Aries is fearless. Aries is the first one to, go straight to the wall and accomplish what he or she wants to accomplish. But when it's in the South Node, that means they went too far. You guys went too far with the competitiveness, with the aggression, with the fighting, with all of that. Nothing wrong with that. It's the strength that you guys bring into this lifetime, because a lot of people could probably learn from you, to be direct as you are, to be outspoken as you are, to be fearless as you are, to make your point across, and maybe even to have an argument. A healthy argument is great. You guys are good with that. You guys are great at fighting, at proving something. You're always wanting to prove to everybody else and yourself that you are the best, and you deserve a place under the sun, because a lot of your lifetimes were based on the survival of the fittest. You guys are my gladiators. You know how to fight. You're used to getting things through fighting. You're used to getting things through difficulties, either defending something or conquering something, taking something from another, usually by force. A great example would be, I have a lot of friends, girls, who are Aries South Nodes, badass bitches, and I mean it. Because they have that strength within them, that Aries South Node, that masculine energy, and they come in and they're very strong women. They're very argumentative, they're very outspoken, they're looking for something to fight for. A good example is a movie called Molly's Game. The girl that it's based on, Molly, she has South Node in Aries, and if you watch it, you'll see how she was basically fearless about establishing this whole operation that she had, and even when things went south, she still managed to figure it out to make it work. So nothing really scares Aries South Nodes because they're used to kicking ass big time. What else? So now we're going to talk deeper about different houses and how the node manifested itself. But basically, for you guys know yourselves as conflict. You guys know yourself as everything has to be accomplished through some kind of conflict. You know, when things are peaceful, you're very uncomfortable with that and sometimes you'll provoke a conflict because that's what feels comfortable to you. You know how to make your point across in a conflict. You know how to handle a conflict. Somebody else could be scared and run away, not you guys. You guys are my generals. You guys are my, my UFC fighters. You know, you fought in so many ways. You fought for freedom, you fought for justice, you fought for whatever. But because it's in the South Node, you guys went too far to where you basically destroyed, and a lot of people died because of you. Nothing wrong with that. So now if we move into North Node in Libra, what are we talking about with Libra? We're talking about balance. You know, Aries South Nodes are either black or white, either they're up or down. You could call them bipolar in a sense, because Aries is fire. It's a destructive fire. So when they're like here, they're very, pushy. They can be too much for some of us. We can be super overwhelmed by them. It can be hard to be around a person like that because they're very driven to push their agenda, to push their point of view, to push their truth on us. That's what they're used to. So wait, what was I going? Where was I going with that? Yeah, so you guys are comfortable with that, and so you're learning to slow down. You're learning to not be up, high or low. You're learning to be in the middle. You're learning to find that balance, and that's going to manifest in a lot of different things. Let's say some of you are, everything you do is done to an extreme. It's either nothing or everything. If you eat, you freaking eat until it's gone. If you starve, then you starve yourself. That's how Aries does. It's always black or white. I had a friend of mine who has this position, and he said, if I'm drinking, I want to be the last man standing in the room. If I'm a salesman somewhere, I want to be the number one salesman. So Aries always does things to the extreme, to the max. So with Libra and North Node, you're going to learn balance. You're going to learn peace. You're going to learn cooperation. You're going to learn how to talk to people. You're going to learn how to be a diplomat versus a dictator and being pushy and domineering. Aries is very domineering. You're going to have to learn to be, to go with the flow, to let other people speak, to let other people share, and to kind of listen to them as well, and to listen to what they have to say and to work with them. You're going to have to learn, beauty when it comes to your expression, that diplomacy, that charm. You're going to have to learn charm. Aries is not charming. Aries is the ram. Libra is charming. Libra doesn't need to yell. Libra just comes up and says something very, nonchalant and walks away. And that's it, It can be as bad as a blow below the belt, just as painful, So Aries, you guys are going to have to learn diplomacy, tact, charm, balance, moderation, working with others, interacting with others. It's going to be hard for you guys because you're not used to that. You guys are my lone wolves. You're used to doing everything alone because you don't really trust anybody, because it was always about the survival of the fittest. Whoever was the smartest one in the room, the fastest one, the most strategic one is the one who won and the one who stayed alive. So with you, a lot of times, everything is based on life and death. If I don't do this, I'll freaking die. You won't die, but that's the idea that your mind is selling you. Okay? So now let's take a journey through all the houses of your North and South nodes. Okay, let's go. North Node in Libra in the 8th house. All right, let's take a journey through your South Node in Aries in the 2nd. What does that mean? Anytime you have a South Node in the 2nd house, that means that we're talking about a certain level of stinginess, a certain level of greed. 2nd house is the house of possessions, of values, of the money you earn, of your worth. So with Aries in there, we can say that you were very aggressive in the way you were making money. You had no problem making money, and you're probably very competitive with your money. You're always, that would be a perfect position for like a salesman, somebody who was an athlete. I do bring up athletes a lot with Aries South nodes because it's a big theme for you guys. So you make money by being aggressive, by being competitive, by being number one. So you're very used to that. So you kind of even now in your jobs, you probably are in professions where you are trying to prove yourself to others and get money for that. And you probably are number one and everything, but you're probably super stressed out. Now, the money that you make, you probably make really good money and you did in other lifetimes, but you're very, you don't like to share. And the only way that you would share that money would be if it suits you. So you could be the kind of example of somebody who goes, this is mine, I earned it, because I'm number one, I'm the best at what I do. And if you want this, you better do what I tell you. That's what Aries does. Aries is the, in the South Node, it's the bully. It's the one that pushes his way on everybody else. And if you don't like it, see you later. They'll find somebody else to do that. So yeah, so not a lot of sharing. Whatever sharing is happening is conditional. Same thing with, your worth. Your worth is based on competitiveness. You don't know yourself unless you are competing, unless you are number one, unless you are proving yourself. And that's everywhere, wherever you are. Even if it's just game night with your friends, you are right there proving to everybody how awesome you are. And that's how that's how you base your worth. That's what you base your worth on, because second house is the house of self-worth. So your worth is based on being aggressive, being number one, crushing competition. Everybody's a pussy. I'm the strongest. I got the biggest dick here. That kind of idea. So very competitive, very in your face. Just, with people, challenging people. You know what else I could say? Do well. I got my English. All right. When you have Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr, when they went to a dueling match, that's another one. You're used to that. You're used to lifetimes where you are constantly provoking another for an outcome, to kind of say, hey, let's measure our strength. Let's measure our dicks. Let's measure how much money we have. You're constantly competing with others to show yourself that you're the best. And if you're not the best, then you get right to work and you do anything you can to get there. So that's what you live on. That's your bread and butter. That's what you're used to. So in this lifetime, probably you're just like that. You make a lot of money, but it's costing you a lot because you probably don't have a lot of friends among your co-workers or wherever you are, because they're all like, you're such a dick, he's such a dick, she's such a bitch. All she's thinking about is, showing off and being the best, and she doesn't care about us. She will walk over everybody to get what she wants to do. Or he. So that's Aries in the second. Your value is based on what you value is strength, going after what you want, determination. It's survival of the fittest. If you're not first, you're last. That's you. So you probably are have a very stressful lifetime. Now, I would say a lot of stress. Oh my God, I can't do it. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. If I don't do this, I'm not gonna be number one. And then what happens? You don't know how to just chill and just say, fuck it, I'm not number one. So what? You think your whole world is gonna end if you stop. All right. Same thing goes with sex too, because second house can be self-gratification also, indulgence. So sex is probably the same way, it's not a lot of intimacy, a lot of slam bam, thank you ma'am, a lot of all right, get off, get out, stuff like that, not a lot of intimacy. It's just like, I come, I take, I came, I saw, I conquered. That's you, Aries in the second. Nothing wrong with that, guys, it's the lifetimes you had, it's the memories you have. It's okay, So, but you're done with that. You're tired of that. I guarantee you're tired of that, because you're just a train wreck. You're stressed, probably taking some kind of pills to make it through the day. So let's go to your North Node. North Node in Libra in the 8th. Slow down and sharing. 8th house is the house of sharing. Libra is sharing. So you're going to have to let go of your selfish, competitive tendencies to destroy everybody in your pursuit for money, and then withhold that money from others or manipulate them with your money. You're going to have to get away from that. It's going to be hard for you guys, because you don't know how to stop. You don't know how not to win. You don't know how to just work for the pleasure of work. For you, it's a mission. So you will need to find peace. You will need to find peace with others. You will need to find peace, first of all, within yourself. You're gonna have to really slow down. You're gonna have to wrestle with your mind that tells you, you gotta keep going, you gotta keep going, get off your ass. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, you're gonna have to come down and say, not today. You know, another one could be thinking with Aries in the second. Making money, you know, Aries is movement, fast, you know, maybe some kind of race driver, somebody who likes adrenaline, somebody who likes situations where there's a lot of stress, you know, and then there's money involved with that. There's some kind of reward involved with that. So you like situations where it's tough and competitive. It has to be competitive. So yeah, so with now you're here to find that peace, to find that stillness, to quiet your mind. And to get away from all of that, to get away from competition, to get away from these jobs where you're being pushed to go to the edge and you know, accomplishing long hours and, you know, ignoring yourself, your sanity, ignoring, you know, you're gonna have to, because of course it's an escape mechanism. It's an escape mechanism, you know, all this hard work, all this competitiveness. So in the 8th house, you're gonna be asked to slow down and to make peace with yourself, to make peace with the pain inside of you, to see why you are like this. Why do you need to prove to everybody that you're number one? Do you need to prove to anybody you're number one? Or can you just live a normal life and not care about, are you number one or not? You know, what if you come last? You know, what if you're not first? Is that okay? Or is the world gonna come to an end? You're gonna have to make peace with that. And it's gonna be hard, guys, because you always are on the edge. And you're always in that stressful, you know, that tension, that anxiety. Probably have a lot of anxiety, I would say. Yeah, oh yeah. So you're in that environment of, or maybe a lawyer too, you know, where you have to like destroy the competition and find some dirt on one another. That's all you. So you will need to just let go of that and focus on your inner world. Focus on finding that inner peace to tell yourself, I don't need to do this anymore. I'm enough the way I am. I don't need to prove anything. I'm enough the way I am. I don't need to make a lot of money to be happy. What's the point? Yeah, I have a lot of money, but am I really happy? Yeah, I'm having sex with all these hot people and it's a new person every night, but am I happy? Is that satisfying to me? I think the answer is no. So once you get honest with yourself and you spend time with yourself like that and you find that peace, then you can be that peace with others. Then you can be that peace and be more, you know, accepting of others and not compete with them and look at them and see their pain and see their weakness and say it's okay. Because Aries South Node hates weakness. Aries South Node is dividing everybody into worthy competitor, pussy, strong competitor, wimpy. So you will need to stop dividing people and measuring them as far as, are they a competition to me or can I walk all over them? You will need to start seeing them for just people and for the beauty in them and calm and love and peace. And I know you're like, how the hell am I going to do that? I don't know, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to get with yourself. There's going to be pain because when you have a North Node in the 8th, you're going to be called to examine all of your pain, all of your pain, your fears, all of your craziness that's within you that you were running away from by living your previous lifestyle, by making a lot of money and all that stuff. You're running away from something. You're going to have to figure out what you're running away from and know that you're okay as you are, that you don't need to prove anymore. So, and like I said, when you become that peace, when you become that, when you find the diplomat within you, when you let go of that competitor within you, that centurion that's living within you, men and women, you know, you're going to be, you'll be able to interact with people on a totally different level, you know, and you'll be able to help them and you'll be able to, you know, share with them, you know, encourage them, because you have a lot of strength you're bringing within you. Aries South Nodes are strong, no matter what house they're in. Where you're going to bring in that strength and encouragement to others and say, hey, you can be brave, I can teach you how. But first you have to like let go of the competitive side of you. You have to stop looking at humans as pawns, you know, or other chess pieces. You have to look at them as the beauty of a human. And then you can pass on your strength to them and say, you want to achieve this? I can help you achieve this because I know how it's done. I have all the tools. I will teach you. All right? So, but until you, like I said, it's going to happen when you stop seeing the whole world as a chess game, you know. Then the beauty will happen. Then you will see what you're really here to do. Okay? All right, guys. Enjoy.